Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope that you all are doing fine and I hope that you're okay today. Today our lesson will be regular plural nouns. First you have to log in using the aplusstudent.com. You click on your name and you move on to language art the grade 5. Okay, the chapter will be regular plural nouns, and the lesson will be form plurals of nouns ending in F, F, E, O, and Y. Form and use plurals of nouns ending in F, F, E, O, and Y. Hi to you all on the chat. How are you guys doing? I hope that you guys are fine. All right, so let's start the lesson now. So first of all, we have to form the plural of most noun, you need to add s. So once we're having plural, we always need to have s added to it to make it plural. All right, so this is adding s to make the nouns plural. All right, so if you have one of these, it will be goats, and in plural, it is goats. One of these is cow, and in plural, it is cows. We have trees, and the singular is tree, but the plural would be trees. Then we have rats, and in plural, we have rats. Skirts, and in singular, we have skirts. All right, so that is to say that if you want to form the plural of most noun, you would need to add the s. Okay? All right, so even now ends in s, ch, sh, z, or x. You will have to add es to those nouns, okay? So if they end with any of this, then you would add what? Es, okay? So just like we have bush, it ends with sh and it becomes bushes. We could have catch, ch, and you add es, it is catches. All right, we have watch, it becomes watches. All right, and then we have fox, and then it becomes foxes. So with es. All right, so that's the pattern. Okay. So that's it for the SCH, SHZ, and then the X. All right. So the next one, even now ends with Y. Then you have to drop the Y and add IES. So the Y slash and it changes to I. So it becomes what? IES. Can you give me some examples on the chat? Some words that ends with Y. We have baby, for example. Can you share with me on the chat some of the words that ends with Y? So this one changes to what? Babies, right? So share with me some of the words that end with Y. We have lady. So give me some words that okay, perfect. So we have puppy, and it will be what? Puppies. Good. The ones that once we change in plural, we can have IES. For example, for day, it ends with Y, but we just have to add S to make it plural. Boy, we just add S. Toy, we add S also. All right, thank you for your words. Thank you, guys. So you can see that if the word end with Y, you have to slash the Y and then you would what? Add IES. So the Y automatically changes to I. But take note that some of them are different. Just like boys, we cannot say voices like this. Alright, yeah, we have fly and it becomes what? Flies. So the Y here changes. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you for your answers. So next off, we have if the noun ends with F or FE and the F sound changes to V. When it is plural, drop the F of the F or FE and then add VES. Alright, so can you share with me some words that you know? Yeah, spice. We have cries. Yeah, correct. So some words that you know that end with F, but because it has the V sound, it becomes VES. So can you share some of those words? Like wolf, and then in plural it is wolves with VES. Do you know some of those words you can share with me? So for example, we can have leaf, and then in plural it becomes what? Leaves. Okay? We have knife. And in plural, the F from knife changes to what? Knives. These are some of the word. We have life also, and in plural it's what? Lives. Okay? We can also have half, and it becomes what? Halves. Okay? So these are some of the words. You can see them. We have loaf, and it becomes loaves. Okay? So these are some of the words that have the F sound, but once they're in plural, they change to the VES. Yeah, calves, right? So we have calf, and then it becomes what? Calves. Okay. All right. All right, so we have if the noun ends with F or FE and the plural form keeps the F sound. So if it keeps the F sound, then you just need to add S rather. So we just add S, okay? So just like chefs. So do you know some of these words? So we just have like chef and it becomes chefs. So do you have any of this word that in the plural form they still keep the F sound and then you just have to add S? Do you have some to share with us? All right, so we also have what's your religion, Priyan? So we have if a noun ends in O, usually add S to make it plural. However, add ES for the following exception. So we have some exceptions like tomatoes. So you have to add ES to this one. Okay, you're Hindu. All right. So we have some very unique words that end with O, and then you will have to make it ES. So you add ES to the end. So it will be what? Heroes, echoes, tornadoes, potatoes, mangoes, volcanoes, tomatoes. And then usually if the word ends with just O, you would add S. But then we have exceptions. All right, let's look at some examples and sentences. So type the missing word. It's gonna be what? Save. Because you need to add S to make it plural. Then we have calf, and then it becomes what? Calves. Okay? Then we have tray, and it's what? Trays. Okay? Alright, so we'll move into the test, and as usual, you can share your answers with me. All right, so type the missing word university. What do we have? What will be our answer here? So we have option one. And what do we have here for calf? All right, so we have the option one. And then safe. What's the answer here? Okay, so safe. All right, so we have tray. What's our answer here for tray? So trays. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next lesson that we will complete today. So this is form and use plurals of nouns ending in f, feo, and y. All right, so we've gone through this before, and it says to form the plural of most nouns, you need to add s. So we know this. And if it's ending in s, ch, sh, x, z, you would add es. And then for the y, you cancel that and you make it ies. And if it still keeps, if the f sound changes to v, you would have ves. And if it keeps the f sound, we would have s. And then we have some unique ones that ends with es. All right. And then the ones that ends with o, you have to add s to them. Okay, let's look at some examples. All right, so complete the sentence with the correct plural. In 2003, teachers' weekly salaries average about 14% less than those of others workers with similar education level. So, salaries. So it ends with y, and you make it salaries. All right, in 2002, thieves stole about $12 million worth of diamonds from an exhibit in Dutch Science Museum. So, plural of thief. So, for thief, it changes to thieves. So, in the plural form, we have VES, okay? All right. So, we have, so modern banjo, which evolved from African instruments during colonial times, are frequently played in folk, country, and bluegrass music. So banjo ends with O, it will be what? You just need to add S, okay? Alright, so let's move on to our test, and you can share your answers with me. Okay, so in the summer, it seems that restaurants with outdoor seating on patio are the most popular. So, so what do you have here? So the patio will have what? S or ES for the patio. What do you think? All right, so just S because it ends with O. Okay. So at Crater Lake National Park, visitors can board trolley for 2 hours tours of the lake. So what is the plural form of the trolley? So we have what? Trolleys. Tight scarf can lead to pain or injury, so stretching before a run or workout is recommended. What's the answer here? Okay, so option three, cows. Okay. So in 2003, teachers' weekly salary averaged about 13% less than those of other workers with similar education level. So, what is it for salary? Okay, so salaries three. Alright, so modern banjo, whichever from Africa instrument during colonial time, are frequently played in folk, country, and bluegrass music. So, what is the answer here? Okay, so one. Okay. All right, so we have researchers at Brown University found that some valley on Mars may have been created by runoff from melted snow. So what's the answer here for valleys? Valleys. Okay. So we have Spanish. The Spanish teacher showed her students the bright purple potato that are popular in South America. So what's the answer here? All right, so potatoes. In 2012, thief stole about $12 million worth of diamonds from an exhibit in a Dutch science museum. What's the answer here? Okay, so do you guys have any question concerning this lesson? If you haven't done this before, you have to make sure that you complete it. But tell me before we finish if you have any questions. All right, so since we have no questions, we will end here for today. Have a good night, guys, and see you all next time. Bye, everyone.